I don't want to be too hard on them. They really put up a strong fight. But yeah, anytime you're unable to get that triple, even against a really strong defending clan, you got to wonder, where is it going to come from? Czech has been back at the drawing board and will be applying maximum firepower to this initial attack, trying to get that triple up on the board early for them with a Warden Walk out on the right side, not even actually sending in any healers to support it yet. There they come. Just safe as soon as he's confident that there's no mines going to blow up in his face.
Yeah, it's going to take quite a bit of time, but something that sticks out to me is at the bottom left with that hit rate. That 3-star rate at 30% is very low at the competitive scene. So it is kind of showing for the 2 stars from the first war. So they are looking to start this war off with a 3-star, and that will really give them the confidence for the rest of this match. So this attack right here is going to set the tone.
Wahaha emerged as a top team in the March Clan War Leagues and earned an appearance at the 2021 Worlds warm-up. And despite losing the first round, they succeeded in making a name for themselves, continuing throughout other tournaments this year. But this is the first one where they've come with a chance to try to get that golden ticket. They've got a lot to prove with this new roster that they've built. So let's see, even as underdogs, if they've got a shot. Czech knocks down that Town Hall early on, but with just a minute and a half now left remaining for this attack, it's a bit of a late deploy for the main army.
Yeah, with the P.E.K.K.A and Witches down south, we're going to see the Queen charging in, but watch out, that single target Inferno!
Oh.
And he had to pop the Warden ability, but he popped it on purpose a little earlier before that Warden's health kind of went to nothing because he wants these healers to transfer off. And here comes the King pushing his way straight towards the Seagull Artillery in the middle of his base, but he's not going to have that Warden ability to protect everything.
And what is the plan for this single target Inferno? He's throwing a couple of balloons over at it now, but they're going to get burnt up before they make it in. Oh, sinking air mine just adds insult to injury for Czech. He's pathing away from the single target Inferno now, but it is still burning straight through to him in the core, and his heroes are going to really be having a difficult time being able to crack through that. P.E.K.K.A Smash does not like having to face off against single target Infernos, and finally we'll get some Hog Riders to deal with this thing.
Yeah, with the Royal Champion, she's already deployed on the far top side of the base. So the Hogs that came out of the Siege Barracks, unfortunately, they don't have the Royal Champion to help assist. They did find a Tornado Trap, a giant bomb. It has the Queen ability with one super wall breaker. He's got a handful of troops, but the problem here is time. With just about 15 seconds left, I think he would have enough to finish this one off, but he doesn't have the time to do it.
Unfortunate result for a P.E.K.K.A Smash strat, which has had difficulty with time in the past. Czech from Wahaha picked up a 2-star 93% in his previous war and comes terrifyingly close to the same result here and now. Just time is never on your side as an attacker, and you've got to get it in quickly. Nicely done, though, in the end. The plan was set up very well, but as so often bedevils attackers here, is just execution has to be at a rapid pace. Rage spells can help you only so much, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. And that early Warden ability really cost a lot, especially trying to get that push through the core of the base. You know, he wanted to save it for later. But now the response from Inquisition. Lou looking to come in with that Suilal, like a full-on heal, one lightning, some skellies. I mean, he's got to have the lightning spell for potentially headhunters that come out of the clan castle. Because if that locks onto your Warden when you're sending the Lalo and air around, and it will absolutely stop him in his tracks. But we're trying to push this Queen closer towards this town hall, and we do have a Tesla farm. And unfortunately, the Tesla farm is going to stop this Queen. Drops the King. He needs to get through it, otherwise that town hall is not going to go down.
Sui Lalo is his tried and true favorite attack strat. He used it in both of his previous hits. He picked up a 3-star in the first time, but got a close 2-star 90% on the second one. And yeah, you're noticing a problem here now. The Queen not pathing toward that town hall directly, but does eventually make her way into that compartment. Could work out for Lu in the end, though, because that means a little bit more excess damage along the outer edge there. Queen pops her ability and has a little bit left to say before all is going to be said and done here. The triple Lava Hound, though, is a big, heavy-handed aerial strike, and it's going to leave him with a lot of options still left in the skies, Carbon.
What a beautiful Royal Champion ability to force the queen back towards the Town Hall. That was such a most people probably didn't even catch what he did there to get that queen to get the Town Hall down. That was incredible value. Now with the Stone Slammer pushing his way in towards the scatter shot, has a few balloons to help join in. The Warden is pushing his way straight over this Eagle Artillery, but get ready for a bunch of traps in between the scatter shot and single target Inferno. This could be a nightmare for these balloons if he doesn't protect it with the Warden ability.
Clever spells to try to support and get them back on the target. Haste is a great complement for these loons, and he's applying rage and freezes all over the place. Great additions here, holding on to a skeleton spell as well for the back end in case he finds difficulty with that top compartment. He's got another minute left, though, and so time is not a problem here for Lou. It's just all about getting these troops on target. Gets that additional Archer Tower, and there it goes. The skeleton spell is out. Virtually all troops have been deployed. He's just got to cross his fingers and hope that they can go the distance. I think he's got a great shot at it, Carbon.
He's trying. These balloons, unfortunately, are getting picked off, though. This Seeking Mind Tornado Trap pops. 40 seconds left in the raid. The Warden Owl are going to clutch up this Air Expo, but this King, he's going to slow everything down, and it's all about time. Has a Wizard to help as well. The minion grabs the far right elixir storage, and now he can drop the Wizard over to help grab it, but if the time, 22 seconds away at the Wizard Tower, no! The Wizard Tower down below just stays up.
That's fine.
16 seconds.
It's okay. Grand Warden's got plenty of range. He's going to handle it.
There we go.
I'm not worried at all, Carbon. I'm keeping it cool. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Can you hear it in my voice?
Well, he got the 3-star, and it came down to the save from the Royal Champion and King, because that queen would have walked the wrong way, which she would have went down to the bottom side, but that RC ability helped take down that air defense to push the queen back in towards the top side. And if he didn't do that, this attack could have easily failed from a small mistake like that, but beautiful save.
Great read, excellent heads-up play, and if you want to play a Sui entry point, you certainly have to be ready for a Tesla farm to pop up. So he had a plan, sent it in perfectly, and adapted on the fly. What are you noticing about Wee's initial point here?
Well, he's got an attack that he did earlier, which has super giants in the mix. And the problem was, it fell quite a bit short. So he's starting off with a Warden Walk, trying to get to the scatter shot. And it's just going to take a lot of time. So we have to keep our eye on that. And when he's going to push this through, because he also has a siege barracks as well. Are we going to see that kind of on the opposite side of the town hall? Or is he going to charge his way into the town hall? Usually you don't, because that town hall poison will do so much damage to any troops that do try to push through it.
I was surprised in the past to see 2 clone spells there in an army camp, in entire 6 spell production space. But he has brought 3 jump spells, the same equivalent, for something that doesn't often come about as a default pick here. He must really have a clear path set out for every single one of these, especially because there's so many small, tiny compartments in the middle that are going to be tough to jump over.
Yeah, this jump's leading straight towards the multi. He can drop 2 more, getting him his way into the core multi and to that town hall. But the King, he does not want to go in. He's going to walk his way around towards that Eagle Artillery, pops an early Warden ability. It's going to come down to these super giants trying to charge their way and keep moving through and getting this value.
Holding on to that Royal Champion. Sins are in now in the bottom left to support these hogs, which are going to be passing along the bottom. No heal spell to help them out, so better hope that they don't catch a trap. But the jumps are all out. The troops have now pathed all the way to the town hall compartment. Those super giants are still looking happy to pummel away at anything in sight. Big, bulky presence out in front, and they're doing their best to soak the shots from this single target Inferno. Point defense all over the place, but I don't know if Wee has got enough in the end. Enough damage to complement them. Still big bulk out in front, but lots of defenses along the outer perimeter of this space, Carbon.
Well, King still has his ability. Baby Dragon, Party Wizard as well. Finally popping that King. The RC is going to keep moving her way through. Can drop the Baby Dragon on the top side to help protect and distract as the RC is going to make her way through. Has the Queen ability. Should be using it pretty soon. Some Goblins coming through. Queen ability is off.
Looking good.
There's the Baby Dragon. tanking. Party Wizard's down. 25 seconds left. It's going to be close.
He's not going to have to worry too much about walls. He can pop right through just one of them to get there. And can he get these troops out in front to soak shots from the Builder Hut and the Grand Warden pedestal? I think he does. Super Wizard's going to be chaining lightning onto both of them. 7 seconds left. We is golden. Gives us the thumbs up. And even though it was a bit close to the end, Wahaha going to be getting that 3 stars.
And not only just a 3-star here, this is their first 3-star here today in the qualifier. So that is a huge weight lifted off their shoulders, getting that done. So they need to keep that coming in and using the super giants, which we typically do not see. You usually see some P.E.K.Kas thrown into the mix. It's just those super giants. There were so many of them, and they were able to help overload the core of the base with the super wizards. And hey, Itsu talked about it before. He liked using the super wizards or the super giants in the pre-qualifiers, and it did a lot of work taking down bases. And it does indeed there. But now Inquisition looking to turn the tables with a Hydra with 3 Racaloons in the mix. Needs to probably pick off this air defense, maybe with some Racaloons. But that Town Hall is pretty close to the bottom side of the base, but there is a clan castle that's very close.
Early favorite for an attack analysis breakdown. The first hit in the Clash of Clans World Championship to be successful with Super Giants. Striker moving in next, as you mentioned, with an aerial assault. Dropping bombs from Rocket Loons, and has brought a great complement of Rage and Freeze to get through this base. Relatively deeply spread out, though. 3 Inferno Towers at a difficult triangulation, and of course that one single protecting the Town Hall in the bottom corner. Also air defenses insulating these Inferno Towers. Going to be difficult to reach on the back end, but he's popping that in Grand Warden ability early to keep them safe from a ton of damage being dished out on the outer edge. They're pathing straight to the core now, but the CC pull is out, Carbon.
Yeah, the poison spell is down as well to help slow down those super minions. Another freeze through that to help freeze up that single target inferno. Drops the blimp closer to the bottom side, not behind the Town Hall, which is maybe an ideal location for a tornado trap. Doesn't find it there, and even now finally deploys the Royal Champion straight into a Tesla farm. But there is the enemy Royal Champion. Will she go down? Locks onto his RC, which is, she goes down with the assist from his queen.
He still has got some hope on the back end over here. Dragon is going to do some great cleanup along the bottom edge, but loses a Dragon Rider. And now it's just that Grand Warden and the Electro Owl trying to chain some lightning through those point defenses. Taking a lot of shots, though, and this is not going to be a confident win. If it is a win, Striker with plenty of time left is going to make his final approach now. Queen knocks down the storage, and you can see him pumping his fists, excited. This is going to be a victory after all. Inquisition are going perfect so far. They are 2 for 2, Carbon.
Yeah, beautiful job here with the dragons and sending that blimp from the bottom side, not catching that tornado trap. Gorgeous job, and you saw from the excitement of his reaction getting a 3-star, because at this point, if you lose this war, you are eliminated. You cannot afford to make those mistakes. And Wahaha has to get another triple, otherwise they are at a huge risk since Inquisition came in with the back-to-back triples. Woody.
Well, right, you are. We're going to be hopping into the next attack soon, and it's going to be Ling Yu. Once again, our favorite attack strat, the Queen Charge Dragon Riders at the top of the competitive metagame right now. Great usage among players, and pretty solid hit rate too, actually a 51% hit rate, despite not being all the way up there. Not the highest hit rate attack, but a very reliable attack that pretty much every pro player is going to know how to execute, and execute quite well at. So feeling confident that this base is well laid out to get hit by this. We'll see how he proceeds. 3 multi-target Infernos. Air defense is really spread toward the outer edges of this base. It's all going to be about getting good, solid value from this Queen Charge entry, and then backing it up with a big spread out on the other side.
He had that poison down, which was able to help take down and slow down the Rocket Loon, because that can be scary if you are not prepared and ready for it. Typically, you tend to use a poison onto the super minions and you freeze up those rocket loons. But if you're not ready, it comes out fast. Now with sending the King Royal Champion straight in towards the scatter over on the right into the defending king, and then there's also the queen that is just right behind it, trying to get some insane value just with his heroes so far to set up the charge for the Dragon Riders through the base. But the Eagle Artillery is on the top side. You're going to have a plan for it, and there it is. The Dragons are pushing their way straight into it. The Stone Slammer as well, straight to the air defense. But here comes some Headhunters. They're going to go straight for the enemy queen.
Excellent addition. That queen could cause a lot of problems for an aerial attack. He's going to pop the Stone Slammer, and the balloons soar on out. They're going to find their end, though, at this scatter shot in the top left compartment. Big defense still standing that Lingyu is going to have to deal with. But fortunately, the Dragon Riders aren't stacking up too badly. They get an early lock on it and take it down. Archer Queen on the bottom corner is going to sacrifice her healers to a multi-target Inferno, happy to burn up anything within sight. She's focused on the wall right now, and the last few spells are going to get used by Lingyu. Sends in the invisibility and a freeze on top. This is an easy 3-star.
That queen is on the outside of the base. The biggest threat is that multi-target Inferno, but these Dragon Riders have the health to push their way straight through. Remember, they're not going to go for the air skellies. They will first take out the defenses, and then they will finish up and swag in the queen and even the free spell. As we talked about, it is now coming in finally with 3 stars. That initial 3-star that we saw earlier is what is going to be the driving factor here for Wahaha, helping them now get 2 triples here into this war to help try to advance to tomorrow. There it is, the Queen Charge Dragon Riders coming away with yet another 3-star here in the qualifiers.
Great turnaround from Wahaha. A sneaky ploy, I would say, in fact, to have gone without a triple yet in their first war, and then to have 2 of them in the first 3 strikes on the bottom bracket. So they have really turned up the heat and found their stride. The question remains, though, about whether it will be enough, because there have been quite a few triples on the other side of the field as well, and this war, halfway through now, has still got a lot left to go.
Absolutely. It's anyone's game still at this point. No one has taken the huge advantage. We're seeing 3-stars coming in, but still, a small mistake can still be a huge difference into this war. Everything's on the line. Again, you lose, you are eliminated, and these teams are trying to fight to get that golden ticket to join alternate attacks, Top and Eye Empire, and Queen Walkers, who are the other golden ticket winners. They all have experience playing against pro clans just like that in many of the leagues that they've been competing, and these Dragon Rider attacks have been part of the meta. The Drag Clone as well. We've been seeing Hybrid make it a smaller appearance again. It's not as popular as it was back in 10 or 13, and obviously with that PEKKA Smash 2. Is there an attack that you would love to see here, Woody, that maybe you haven't seen yet?
It's a good question. You know, I was very fortunate to cast a few matches with Itsu for Clash Masters in this past week, and we saw quite a bit of creativity coming in from them, utilizing golems on the ground-based assault for like a Sui strike. So yeah, maybe Log Launcher is what I want to see a bit more of. I like these ground-based hits, but it feels like most of them are kind of trending toward PEKKA Smash. Even though we're getting quite a bit of variability out here with the Super Giants and Hog Rider hits, but show me some Log Launcher again. That's what I'm asking for.
Yeah, we've got ourselves the Log Launcher, like you mentioned, but we got Woody. Do you see how many Sneaky Goblins that he has? Is that 20 Sneaky Gobs?
Oh my!
I think someone wants to grab that Town Hall using quite a bit to take out the storages, and he wants to use probably an invisibility as well to grab this value. Let's see if he can get it and then push his way through, but these builders are slowly repairing the storages, though.
Yeah, he's being very judicious with the Sneaky Goblin usage here, just kind of popping them in whenever he feels confident that that's exactly how many he needs to knock down the next structure. You notice that he also sent one in there to trigger that giant bomb, and now he'll send all the rest of them with an invisibility spell, and that'll do it. You know, a lot of times people will use a battle blimp on the attack, drop the Sneaky Goblins right on the Town Hall and get the first star that way, but B found another way.
Yeah, with the king coming down on the bottom side with the log launcher as well. But now finally comes the lava hound, which is going to slow him down. But the warden is even on ground as well. 6 bats to use in this raid. Maybe on the scatter shot on the far left side. Since there's no other splash, he can drop it straight on top of it. But the king's ability goes off, pops the warden eternal tome. He's looking to help grab all this value on the bottom side of his base.
Oh, there is a ton to grab too, and knocking around so many walls on a greatly positioned log launcher. He'll drop it in that bottom compartment, but he's opened up that scatter shot area, the multi-target inferno, and that air sweeper segment, which ought to be able to all go down, even though he doesn't have any healers to support this hero, or this hero dive in the bottom section. They've got a lot of distance to cover, but things are now starting to shape up with a hit over on the left corner now, Carbon.
Yeah, with the rage down over in the far left, we have headhunters that are trying to push their way straight into the Royal Champion. His queen is on the far left, but the multi-target Infernos have not gone down, and he won his queen, but oh my goodness, she's just going to be going for the storage, walking her way to the left, but now the bats split off. We have Teslas in the corner, and these bats are getting shredded.
Oh, it's like a train wreck. You hate to stare, but you can't look away. It was on track to perfection in the initial stage, and the first minute and a half was looking beautiful, but things just kind of started to fall apart, wither away, and now he's just kind of throwing away spells at minimum value. I think that things really took a turn for the worse, as you mentioned there, with those multi-target Infernos standing, Dragon Riders unable to get them down, and then Grand Warden not uniting the forces for that attack, unable to lend that life aura. This is going to be a big letdown for Wahaha now at a 2-star, 74%.
Yeah, a big defense for Inquisition right there. And he tried to come in with something really creative, using a bunch of sneaky goblins, having bats for a certain section. But the problem was all of those troops, the bottom heroes, that kind of split off in different directions. He wanted that queen to follow the log launcher king into that bottom compartment and grab all that value. But hey, it's not easy to do something like that, breaking the attack down in multiple different parts. And that's going to be a huge advantage now to Inquisition. They're going to try to keep putting the 3 stars on the board, and they're getting that much closer to the advancing to tomorrow. Now we have I Am Green with the next attack coming in with that PEKKA smash. We got the Super Wizards. We've been always seeing those Grand Warden walks on the bottom side or on a certain base. Usually you want to grab a multi-target Inferno, like he's trying right now, a scatter shot, and or a town hall with that Warden walk to really set up and establish that funnel.
Well, you're asking me what sort of attack I wanted to see. I got to see the log launcher, but man, there's a reason why they're not the most popular in the meta right now, and it's because they're very difficult to pilot towards success. I Am Green going to be going a bit more standard with the PEKKA smash and using that siege barracks as well to get even more troops on the board. The walk along the bottom edge is looking good, and the Grand Warden is happy to path along toward the top now to help out these Pekkas, making their way into that big compartment in the bottom right with a huge rage spell to get them all the way in, but only 1 jump added on to this attack. Lots of little compartments along the outer edge, and kind of what I'm worried about now is, will the pathing go in I Am Green's favor?
Yeah, with that jump spell into the core of the base, we have the single target Inferno that locked down, but wait a second, where is this queen? Okay, so she's being on a wall. What is going on? He's not getting access to this town hall here at the moment. Everything kind of split off and they're going the wrong way, but he needs to get this town hall down. He still has the Royal Champion to help secure, but look at these healers. They're like, you know what, PEKKA, I want to heal you over anything else, but he does send a wall breaker down there to try to potentially help that queen.
Yeah, you almost want to keep the queen stuck on a wall a little bit longer to get those healers enough time to switch off back to her and try to top her off. I Am Green drops a rage spell, but it does not get the healers, and that means that that queen's ability is forced out. She's in the same compartment now as that town hall and is still at middling health. Get some support from the Royal Champion now to get the lock on here. That should be enough to get a 2-star, but what a scary finish for I Am Green and what almost wound up being a devastating loss.
Yeah, that could have been really close. I was worried there that the town hall may not have gone down, but luckily the Royal Champion helped, and the healers did go back to that queen to help secure the 2-star, but they're still looking good. They got the 3 triples right there, but they're going to be putting up a 2-star here, and that's going to put them 1 star over Wahaha at the moment. We have a minion onto the mortar. It's going to come down to the final set of attacks. Anything can still happen here, Woody.
Right, you are. This war is wide open now. And despite a low percentage hit from Wahaha, seems like the defense on their side is going to be able to put up one of the same. So that's going to drag Inquisition down to that 10-star mark, same as Wahaha, and their overall percentage is going to be relatively close. But with just 1 attack left for each clan, it's whoever has the advantage going into this 5th one that will have a big leg up. And with 80% from that PEKKA smash, I believe that is going to be, what is that? That's behind, isn't it?
Well, they're going to have the stars, so it's really going to force Wahaha still have to put up the 3-star, so that Inquisition needs to get a higher percent, or even maybe try to force them to 3-star as well. But everything, they're just focused on this attack right now. They've got a triple, and what are they potentially coming in with is going to be the question. We've seen some attackers in previous war with the final attacks even being a mass Inferno Dragon attack. Usually attacks at this stage of the war may be a little bit more involved, or even on some bases that they just didn't have a plan initially, and they're kind of a little bit nervous. So we're going to see the final hit coming in for Wahaha, and they need to 3-star. And let's see. So this actually, the replay from Haha Inquisition with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders, and he did end up using the Queen up top at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, so we're not going to be watching this one live, but instead you will get to see it replay as it occurred. Queen Charge up in the top corner gets great value against that Eagle artillery early on. We've seen just how devastating that Eagle can be if it gets activated without any plan to knock it apart. So Haha is going to be able to crack into that top compartment as well, but is the Queen going that way, or is she a bit distracted over here by the enemy King?
Yeah, with that Headhunter to help assist that Queen there, you really want to try to push that Queen. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, you really want to get that Queen to go in towards this air defense, and that was a brilliant use of the invisibility spell to do exactly that. The wall break came down. Now the Queen was able now to look at this, get all this value straight into the core of this base, and he has access to the multi, sweeper, air expo, tons of stuff, to be able to then send the Dragon Riders across to help assist, because there's even the King and Royal Champ from the bottom side.
So the Eagle artillery is going to stand up after all, despite that being a really crucial target. Haha will send in a Balloon and Inferno Dragon to get the lock on there, a little bit of insulation, and then burn from that Inferno guarantees it eliminated. But with such a huge alleyway down the center of this base, this Archer Queen is just going to have a field day taking down an enemy Queen, knocking apart expos. This is just like exactly what you would want from a Queen Charge, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. And the single target Inferno is where he sent the Dragon Riders in to help keep that Queen alive. Pops that Warden ability and was able to help charge this Queen all the way through towards that Grand Warden. Queen's ability was forced, and this is what helps keep Inquisition in the lead at the 11-star mark. So look at that. The Dragon Riders taking out the bomb tower. The Queen went down, but got the value. Has the minions, the Headhunter around the base, and tons of Dragon Riders to clean up. Yes, there is an air defense and Tassel of Arm at the backside, but with that Grand Warden assistance, it's enough to help push his way through. And luckily that Expo over there was not set to air.
Well, time is ticking for the defenses of B, and it is not going to be enough here. Remember, that replay countdown is going to be showing a little bit less than actually was available to Haha in the last moments of his attack. This looks like a pretty confident 3-star that's going to end right as soon as that replay timer ticks away. A confident finish with 3 Dragon Riders still up, and a great addition of minions, and even a Headhunter still helping out.
Yeah, and Ha does put that 3-star in Inquisition, so that is where we currently stand. 4 attacks each with 11 to that 10, and we're going to have to see if Wahaha can keep putting the pressure on. And Inquisition, they have the advantage. They have the chance to try with the final attack and even close it out, because with triple from them, they can help take the war victory and move on to tomorrow. Or will Wahaha have a small chance to try to advance?
A firm upper hand for Inquisition. Just like pulling off a triple will be the last nail in the coffin. Still, even short of that, they have a pretty appreciable advantage in percentage. And so Wahaha are really going to have to get that triple here and now. They've souped up the troops. Hats off to Lin. He is not going to leave any of this to chance. He has dropped a big support for this army. He's going on the ground with his queen charge to start things off for the Dragon Rider. But yeah, once again, the log launcher to help out here, Carbon.
Yeah, with this queen coming in towards the scatter shot, the 5 Dragon Riders, and like you mentioned, the log launcher to help push its way in towards the town hall. And now the question is, will some of these logs end up helping take out whatever comes out of the clan castle? Because you always know you would love to take out headhunters, archers, goblins, whatever it may be to get that value. There's a freeze to keep the queen going. But so far, it's looking pretty solid as long as he keeps his eye on that single target inferno. So he hopefully get through that and does not lose the queen.
Yep, that bottom air defense, though, is starting to get me a little bit worried. Needs to make sure that that wizard takes it out nice and quick, otherwise those healers could be in trouble. Whoa, real quick rocket loons trying to threaten that queen on the charge. Log launcher not going to be able to help against them at all, but nevertheless, Lin is going to have a confident response for that. Sends in that poison spell, will be able to knock down all the CC troops. A single target inferno now locking onto his archer queen. That's going to force out an ability or, or a freeze spell. There you go, to shut it down.
He did use that freeze to keep the queen going, and even has her ability with another rage. This is looking fantastic. What a charge, but that freeze did not get the town hall, but it's okay. The queen is not at risk of going down. The Dragon Riders are coming through, but the problem is, the Royal Champion clutched up that scatter shot into the core of the base. Brilliant job, but we do have a tornado trap still slowing him down a little bit. The queen finally clears the town hall, and now he's making his way to the backside with the RC ability. This is looking great.
On the last legs of this strike down, just like you said, looking great to finish off. This is exactly what Wahaha needed, and I hope for their sakes that they have a strong defense ahead of them, because a 3.5% average destruction behind means that it is going to be a good one, or it is going to be them being eliminated from this match. But all credit due to Lin. When it mattered most, he had the offense ready and got the triple.
Yep, with that 3-star coming in, few red air bombs, but it's not going to stop him here. Use those kind of swag spells. Beautiful job from Lin getting the 3-star, and now putting the pressure onto Inquisition. They're gonna have to be getting 2-star and percentage to win. 3-star, yeah, you're gonna guarantee the victory, but it's coming down to the final attack. The smallest thing can go wrong. You have to stay focused. Yes, it is the final attack here, and if you do not win this match, you are eliminated and you're going home. And they've tried and competed so much just to get to this point. Everything's on the line.
Well, it's on the line. Let's see how they marshal their forces for the final hit. The triple guarantees advancement. Vendetta, the clutch master, the final striker. He's put up 3-star performances before, and with a grim face, he is all business.
Yeah, with the invisibility spell rages, can he grab the scatter shot air skellies? He keeps using more. He's got one more. Oh, he did. The enemy Royal Champion is down. Scattershot's been secured. And okay, even has still one invisibility left to use.
Good value at the start here. Inquisition knows that the hopes of their team now rest squarely on the firm, confident shoulders of Vendetta. Good entry point to start things off, and they have got to be pumping their fists, just hoping that the follow-up can be just as good. Barbarian King and Queen will dive straight into that top compartment, claiming the Town Hall is going to be a big relief, as they know that the 3-star, as difficult as it is going to be, will not turn into some 1-star disaster with that first target claimed. The La Lune component will be added in shortly. Keep an eye out for sweepers and scatter shots, which can cause big problems for them on the back end. Good early dive, though, has done its job, and I think Vendetta is cleared to get this 2-star, 87% necessary for Inquisition to win.
Yeah, it's looking really good so far. That Queen getting some incredible value. Even found the Tornado Trap as well. And the Air Expo goes down. He's getting so much value. And the Warden's ability threw some red air bombs away. These balloons are going too fast. And oh, they survived through the red air bomb. Beautiful job. And this is looking golden. Freezing up the sweeper. But he's got so many balloons still. He uses a haste, pushes way around. And Vendetta is looking so strong here for Inquisition. Not only looking to get that 87% 2-star to win this war, but trying to put up the 3-star to keep that streak going.
That is all they needed. Vendetta crosses the finish line, and with it, Inquisition will move on, and it's elimination for Wahaha.
The Queen finishes that off, and there is the 3-star. Congratulations to Inquisition. They will be advancing to tomorrow. And yeah, they did go down to the lower bracket, but that's all fine because tomorrow everything is based